George Kilpatrick Inspiration for the Nation, celebrating people we feel good about. We are pleased to be joined by the CEO of the Women's Economic Institute. And guess what? The Central New York Black Women's Expo is coming up again. And so let's get the date of that Central New York Black Women's Expo on the table, because I have one more thing I need to say about you.
September 27th and 28th.
And this will be where?
So we have actually 3 events that are happening this year with the Expo. We have our Taste of Black Expo Friday night. It's going to be at the Community Folk Arts Center. Saturday, we have our full day traditional expo. It'll be held at the Everson Museum. And then Saturday evening, we are back at the Community Folk Arts Center at CFAC for our evening gala.
That'll be wonderful. All right. So, Charlene, before we get into the more details of the Central New York Black Women's Expo and the work of the Women's Economic Institute, you got some news to share, and you have not shared it yet with us as a community directly on the airwaves in the public. So
You see, you're making me laugh, Mr. Kilpatrick, because I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
Exactly. That's what I'm going to tell you. So the U.S. Black Chambers Incorporated.
Oh, I thought we talked about that.
We remember. So let me. I don't want to bore you with the details.
Make me take my glasses off. I have to take my glasses off. I'm going to have to be here with you.
Listen. So remember, we were going to have the conversation, but the timing, and so you were a Power 50 Women of Power. Congratulations to you. How did it feel to be with such powerful women all across this country?
You know, I'll say this to you, Mr. Kilpatrick. You know, anytime you've done work, and I know you're fully aware of this, if you've done work in the community and people choose to respect and acknowledge you for that work, that in and of itself is very humbling. And to be in a room with powerhouses from Black Girl Magic Wines, Amazon, Walmart, Walgreens, you know, a host of women who are change agents and change makers, influencers that are Black women, was very humbling for me. It was a humbling experience. And, you know, it really made me think I need to work harder and I need to work smarter. I need to work on building stronger, better relationships that really can influence the work that we want to do here in the city. Because this is all about bringing in more soldiers to get the work done.
So what does it mean?
It's very humbling.
So what does it mean to be a Power 50 Woman of Power?
Oh, wow. Well, I'm not certain. I don't, you know, it was so funny because every woman I met in that room, I met, you know, the sister from who's founded Camille Rose, which is a beauty brand, the sister, Erin Simone, who's been leading the Fearless Fund. If you all are aware of what's been happening with that, they were essentially were hauled into court regarding their use of race in granting grants to support Black women-owned businesses. And the Supreme Court did determine that they were in fact in violation, using race as a consideration. But those sisters are even more impassioned and emboldened about supporting Black women entrepreneurs. And so to be in the room with women who they were equally humbled. We were all humbled together. So I think Power 50 is a title, and more than anything else, it just means that there are folks in other parts of the country that see you, that see the work you're doing, and that just want to shout out, I see you. If you need something, call. That's how I interpret it. I just broadened my network of folks that I can call. That's how I look at
it. And just to reiterate, you are a homegirl, born and raised in Syracuse, New York. We just got to do that every time you come on.
Yes, absolutely.
Just to remind people.
Born and raised in Syracuse. My family's been here more than 50 years, more than 4 generations. You know, my mom is still in the home that we grew up in, right on Colvin Street.
Yeah.
And, you know, I come from humble, very humble roots, Oasis Fish House. So
that's the legacy. So Power 50 honoree, in our community, and it's a mindset as well, right? You said that it made you feel like you had to get back and do some work, and you're doing some incredible work with the Women's Economic Institute and the Central New York Black Women's Expo to really highlight and create opportunities for Black women, right? And that's unabashed, I might add.
Absolutely. So, you know, we almost had to kind of step back for a moment, Mr. Kilpatrick, and really think about, what is it that we're doing, and are we doing it in the most strategic, effective manner? I think I need to be more intentional about getting out into the community, building stronger, better relationships, um, meeting our small businesses where they are. We have a lot of businesses that are still structured as DBAs, and obviously having a legal background, I understand the value of having an LLC, a corporation, a 501c3. Really being able to create infrastructure around businesses so that they can go after more competitive small business loans. They can do their MWBE certifications. They can be competitive when looking at bids and putting contracts out there, whether it's for federal, state, or local. And we just want to make sure that more of our businesses are being structured properly and that we're viewed as a resource. And so we stepped back for a moment and said, okay, how can we be more effective? We have an office space. We don't want to just fill the space with businesses. We want to fill the space with businesses that really want to build an ecosystem where we're all supporting each other, where we're growing, the businesses are growing together, and we're able to look at how do we access Amazon and Walmart. Amazon has their Black Business Accelerator. Walmart has both a .com, got some music going by, a .com and a big box model. So if you are the manufacturer of a product, how do we get you in front of Amazon and Walmart? And so that was one of the takeaways from the Power 50 was being able to, exchange cell phone numbers with sisters who are running these incubators and accelerators and say, let me tell you about the city of Syracuse. We have some dynamic small businesses that you all need to know about. How do we get you there? And folks will often say, that's not my market. Well, we need this to be your market. We need you to pay attention to the small businesses that are here in Syracuse. And so I think being in those spaces gives us a voice and gives us a presence. And then how do we use that to inform how we work with our small businesses, whether it's putting infrastructure in place, putting legal documents in place, making sure that they have a story they're able to tell, and that they have the proper certifications and credentials to be able to be competitive, and that they have a clear, clean pitch. So we want to make sure that the work that we're doing as we go forward is work that's meaningful and that really serves the community and the businesses that want to grow and scale.
All right, so let's talk about the institute, and again, we gave a little tease in the beginning, and so let's break it down so people can know what to do.
So the Women's Economic Institute, we are located at 109 Otisco Street. We're in the Lincoln Building on the second floor, and we focus largely on workforce development, small business growth, and affordable housing. We have a 6,600 square foot incubator. We sublet office space to BIPOC. We actually are now expanding. So we're subletting office space to BIPOC entrepreneurs. You heard it here first. If you are a BIPOC entrepreneur, male or female, because we have always been an inclusive organization, give us a call. Right? Give us a call and we would love to talk, or you can shoot us an email, ctarver@womenseconomicinstitute.com. You can look us up on the web, www.womenseconomicinstitute.com. And let's talk about the ways in which we can either sublet space to you and or help grow your business.
And so one of the ways that you will help them grow their business is at the Central New York Black Women's Expo.
at the Central New York Black Women's Expo. So it's hard to believe we're now in our fourth year. So this is our fourth annual, and our focus this year is around AI and kind of business in the age of technology. So again, it's a 3-day or a 2-day event with 3 different programs that we're hosting or events over the course of the weekend. And what we want to do is be able to showcase our Black restaurateurs. So if you are a food truck operator, a caterer, a restaurateur, we still have space for you in the Taste of Black Expo. We're doing a kind of the best chef, best Black chef in the Q's competition. So please, please, please reach out to us. Let us know that you're interested because we would love to have your particular business featured as a part of the Taste of Black Expo. For our full day expo, we will continue to have a wonderful marketplace that showcases products and goods of our Black businesses. But we're also this year, we have launched our STEM corner. So we have 2 dynamic brothers that are going to have exhibits that are focused on STEM, technology, math, science, but they're doing some really cool things with the STEM corner. They're going to have indoor drones. They're going to have robotics. They're actually they're doing some building simulation. So that's going to be really exciting. We're doing our teen summit for girls ages 13 to 19. And then we have our empowerment stage. So you're going to see more young people on the stage. You're going to see more entertainment because we really want to have kind of that fun environment that brings our families out, brings families together to celebrate and really just enjoy the expo. And then we have our Women's Wellness Pavilion. So the Women's Wellness Pavilion, we've actually grown it this year. We realize that in order for women to be empowered, they have to be empowered through resources. And so resources, that's everything from procurement opportunities to job opportunities to health and wellness opportunities. So some of our vendors this year include the FBI, we have New York State Troopers, Onondaga Community College, Syracuse Community Health Center, Molina Healthcare. We just have a host of different vendors that will be out and on site sharing information and having different experiences that you can enjoy as a part of the expo. And then on Saturday night, we have our Fashion and Icon Award Gala. And this year, we're going to have a fireside chat. There's a lot of talk about BIPOC development and affordable housing. Let's talk about what that really means. What does that really mean when we say the state of New York has a need for affordable housing? The city of Syracuse supports BIPOC developers. We want to know where the money is, where the resources are. So for all of the developers that are out there, or anybody who's even considered and is interested in developing, this will be a great fireside chat for you to sit in on. And we are going to have Valerie White from LISC New York. LISC New York, for those of you who do not know, they are a national CDFI, and a CDFI is a community development financial institution. That means they got money, y'all. They have money, and that money is used largely in urban communities across the country. LISC has 30 to 35 offices, largely in urban, inner city, marginalized communities. So they're in Oakland and DC, Atlanta, Detroit. They're all over the country. And yes, LISC has an office in New York City, and they have expanded their reach and are working with the Women's Economic Institute in Syracuse, New York. So we're excited to welcome Valerie White to Syracuse for this fireside chat. We will also have our Assemblywoman, Pamela Hunter, and our Deputy Mayor, Sharon Owens. We have one other surprise guest. So we're really excited about the fireside chat. But more importantly, what we want to do is create different vignettes that showcase different Black businesses. So whether you are a culinary artist, or you are a designer, or you are a product manufacturer, we want you to see the expo as a space that is here for you to be able to show your wares and goods to the community, get feedback, but also make profit. And so the expo is all about supporting our Black businesses and empowering our community. It is open to the entire public. The expo is free. The expo is free. So please, you can go online and register. It's free. There is a small fee for Friday night and a small fee for Saturday night. And we are calling on our D9 sisters and brothers. We're calling on our D9 community. Come out and support the Women's Economic Institute and support, Black entrepreneurship. So we need you all. We want to shout out to you all because we know you're doing the work across the country and we know you're invested in our communities and communities of color. So please come out and support the Women's Economic Institute and the 4th annual Central New York Black Women's Expo.
All right. Charlene Tarver, CEO of the Women's Economic Institute. What's that website that people can go to so they can sign up?
So they can sign up. They can go right on to our website and click on. You'll see a lot of different options. If you want to buy Expo tickets or tickets for our events, you can go right onto our website, www.womenseconomicinstitute.com. And I'm sure you'll run that across the bottom of the screen so everybody can see it, Mr. Kilpatrick.
We got you. We got you.
Okay.
That's what we do. That's what we do. All
now,
right.
I have one more bit of information for you.
Let's go.
We've been talking for probably the last 2.5 years, maybe even a little longer, about our project on South Ave. And we've had some highs and lows with the project. But we just brought on a co-developer. So we brought on a co-developer, and I'm going to wait until Saturday night at our gala to announce our co-developer. But we are so excited. We're excited that they're invested in this project, that they've made a commitment to helping to support the Women's Economic Institute, to helping build capacity with the Women's Economic Institute. More importantly, to helping to grow and economically revitalize our community. So I'm going to share that. I will share that because LISC New York is such a huge part of that.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that we're able to share that on Saturday night.
Saturday night, September 28th.
September 28th. Yes.
Let's be clear. Now, and what she's referring to is a housing project on South Avenue is what she's basically talking about.
Yes, so,
and it's more than that.
Micro community.
Yeah, micro community with other things, but essentially, it's one of the things that she's been talking about. All right, Charlene Tarver, thank you so much for being on the show. People, we feel good about the Central New York Black Women's Expo and weekend, September 27th and September 28th. Women'sEconomicInstitute.com.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, Mr. Kilpatrick, always shouting us out and just making sure that we stay top of mind, especially with the Expo. We truly appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Inspiration for the nation.